Hi, it's Dr. Bruce Parker. Welcome to my community. You're going to enjoy the following tips. People say right now we're having some challenges in business. Some people are, some people aren't. That's what facts of life. But I will say this. It may be a little more difficult today because you've just got to be better. Years ago, things were pretty easy at times in practice, and with insurance reimbursement, sometimes 100%, it made a lot of decisions easier for patients to take care and to run your business. You were able to charge more fees, higher fees for services, and a lot of people, quite honestly, that I've observed have gotten kind of spoiled. We ended up having high fees and low amounts of people, not requiring huge amounts of new patients. A 50 or 60 patient a week practice could bring in $20,000, $30,000. And quite honestly, those days are over. They may be some remnants. I remember looking at in an ER, somebody's trying to bring people back, and they're giving them CPR, and finally someone says, "You got to call it, no, I'll bring him back, and no, he's dead, call it dead." And I don't want to call, I want to call the insurance world as we used to know it dead, and deal with it. I was blessed, I believe, to start practicing before we had insurance. And so I learned some good systems years ago to acquire new patients and to maintain them. Having $1 million practice on $20 or $21 reimbursements at one time in my life. And so therefore, it's not so much the size of the reimbursement, it comes down to basically the system we're using in our practices. And so the tips are designed to give you information, and hopefully every tip you read you're already doing. And if it says there, if you're not doing it, ask yourself why you're not doing it. Many people have told me, "Well, I know half that stuff you teach." And I go, "Great, how's it working for you?" "Well, I don't use it all. It's just not me." "Well, how's it working for you not using it?" One thing I have found in my experiences is the larger, more successful practices all seem more alike as far as the way they run their practice, the way they run their business. They're very common. And I have found smaller practices, in fact, I'll say it, struggling practices. If I take 50 struggling practices, they all look different. They're doing different stuff, trying different things. And if I take 50 successful practices, they'll look more alike. So there's a secret here. I always say success leaves clues. So click right below here to opt in to say that you want to be on the videos, you want to see these videos. I don't want to send them to you if you don't want them. And then just watch them with an open mind. Again, if you've heard about it, great. Ask yourself the question, are you doing it? Because all these little things I'm bringing up, I found were basic rudiments in every one of my practices that I had in place to make them work. And it's not just getting new patients, it's not just following scripts, it's a whole bunch of other stuff. In fact, hopefully, I'll be talking about a lot of stuff maybe you haven't even heard before, because I find other things just as important as marketing or as a script. Other things we do, team building ideas and the whole practice working. I see it two ways. I see the business like this, a whole complete thing. Half the business is service. Half of the business is the infrastructure or the facility. The facility is designed to support the service. So you can't just have service only. You can't just have business only. You have to have a service wrapped around a business so it all works. And that's hopefully what I get to help you discover. Now, I said earlier it's free, and it really is free. There's no out-of-pocket expense for this whatsoever, but I'd like to ask you a favor. If you enjoy the tips, once in a while, give me a feedback. Just say, that was a good tip. If there's things you'd like to know more about, shoot me an email. This is a community I'm creating for you. This is a place that we can come and get ideas and enhance our practices. So, click in the bottom and say you really wanted to do this, and your first video will be on your way. What you'll expect in the first video is going to be more about me. I don't really ever do this, but somebody told me one day, you've got to let people know what you've done to give yourself some credibility. I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of my life on the very first video, give you an idea of who I am, my philosophies, and you may or may not resonate. At that point, just opt out and it's done. But if you see that, that what I've done, and I can show you what I've earned, and I can show you what I've learned, you may realize that I have something I can help you with. So again, opt in, and I'll see you on the other side.